trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around, justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell, standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, spawn trooper rides again. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell, standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise, second chances, they wear thin, spawn trooper rides again.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. wife. Priorities, right? But hey, no bench warrant or arrest yet. No, the clock is ticking. 4 days left to spin a good excuse. Bruce, now let's be real. Coming up with a good excuse isn't exactly his strongest suit. Maybe he'll call his PR team, the Krampons, for some creative help. Who knows? Meanwhile, the Jungle Drums, Rumor Carousel, and the War Room Chronicles are all abuzz. Apparently, someone decided to spread the word that a bench warrant had been issued. Nope, false alarm. Just another batch of fabricated lies to keep the native peasants confused. But don't worry, that bench warrant is still in the pipeline. Let's give it time to marinate, shall we? So, what could possibly go wrong? Alright, for that matter, join me as we untangle this mess together, because let's face it, you're already here. Party time, my peeps. Let's roll. Hang on a minute. I have just been informed that my volume was a little bit shite. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go back to the front and we're going to start from scratch. All right, let's try that one again, shall we? So let's go. And action. And a jolly good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Wookiees and Ewoks, members of the jury, and your honor. Yes, it is yours truly, the Spawn Trooper. So tonight we're going to be having some fun. So let me just read out this little message coming to you from your host. Well, peasants, gather around for a quick one short but packed with usual chaos, because apparently we can't go a day without it. Yeah. Anyway, some local news coming your way, so stand by. Here's the latest scoop. One lawyer, yes, who's actually been professional, shocking I know, managed to steer clear of the drama swamp, got slapped with a $4,000 sanction. Meanwhile, we have our favourite no-show Muppet, Bruce Matzkin. He seems to be auditioning for an award in not caring, instead of showing up in Pensacola as ordered by the judge. Like a responsible adult, he was off having a delightful drink with his wife. Priorities, right? But hey, no bench warrant or arrest yet, though the clock is ticking. 4 days left to spin a good excuse, Bruce. Though, let's be real, coming up with a good excuse in exactly his strong suit. Maybe he'll call his PR team, the Krampons, for some creative help. Meanwhile, in the jungle drums, Rumor Carousel, and not forgetting the War Room Chronicles, are all abuzz. Apparently, someone decided to spread the word that a bench warrant had been issued. Nope, false alarm. Just another batch of fabricated lies to keep the native peasants confused. But don't worry, that bench warrant is still in the pipeline. Let's give it time to marinate, shall we? So, what could possibly go wrong? All right. For that matter, join me as we untangle the mess together, because let's face it, you're already here. Party time, my peeps, party time. So let's roll. And by the way, all music on this stream was created by an AI using Suno or song generator, and also my voice and my likeness and all content is my intellectual property, so therefore if you want to use it, please ask for permission. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another stream. So let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? Well, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. No, it's good evening. Yeah, so apparently there's a rumor control going around saying that, like, apparently a bench warrant was made out. No, it wasn't. There was no bench warrant. That's the last thing that will happen, and maybe can happen, and will and should happen. To be perfectly honest with you, because let's be real about this. The fact that he didn't turn up, okay, it should tell you. Basically, it did. I can't even find the words, because, like, obviously Jeremy Hales did his stream and explained everything about what happened in the court case, and we all know what happened in the court case. Very straightforward. It's very simple. We know that Randy got slapped with a hi Kasha. Hi everybody, by the way. I do apologize if I'm not paying attention, but I'm on a roll. So, right. We all know the truth. Everyone, if no one has actually seen Jeremy Hales' stream video after the court case where he was sitting in a car with his beloved and took us through everything that happened, that's the truth. That's factual. Okay, so when there's people out there who make rumors and state that there's a bench warrant out, no, there isn't. Right? But that can and will probably happen. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna happen. Because, like, if Bruce is not turning up and he's lied about the fact that he was fired by Lionette Preston there, because I personally don't think they actually knew about it. Now, here's another thing. From what rumor control, like the Jungle Drums, I'm just going by rumors now, so I could be wrong, I could be right. Who cares? It's fun. Basically, the Krampons have been really, really going at it, like, trying to twist and turn, and oh god, there's so many people who are delusional. The intelligence factor is like minus 50. We all know that the Krampons are full of crap. We know what they say. There's also a lot of other people who talk crap as well. And the fact of the matter is that if they can sit on their platform and come out with the shit they came out with over the last couple of days, they are as delusional. Basically, this is what you call trying to save face while the boat is sinking or everything is crumbling around you. All right, they're trying to save face because they now know that Bruce is not going to be coming back on their platform, and if he does, it's basically just to sell damage control. But I doubt very much he'll be going back on their platform, and here's the reason why. That's it. He's done. Now, here's the thing: if he'd have turned up the other day, right, regardless of what had happened, if he'd have turned up, right, half of this crap, what's going to happen, what people are fabricating and stories and God knows what, right, he would have got slapped. He would have got his ass slapped like Randy did, right? But unfortunately, Randy was on his own, so he got the brunt of it. It happens, right? But if people think that Bruce is going to walk away from this unscathed, if you think that Bruce is going to get the same treatment that Randy got, then you are mistaken. Bruce is going to get probably twice or threefold of what Randy got. Because one, he didn't turn up. Two, he has lied on an official document. because the only way now he can prove that he can say that he got fired or he got laid off by Lynette Preston if Lynette Preston and John Cook make a statement to the fact that they fired him. Now, the thing is, if he is pro bono the whole time, where's the issue? If he was pro bono, why wait until now to look for someone to take this case? Now, here we all know, anyone in their right mind, they'll take one look at this case, do a little bit of background research, within 45 minutes to an hour, they'll be going, yeah, fuck no. No. You know, and here's the thing. People make mistakes. Now, I'm a type of person, if I make a mistake and someone points out, hey, by the way, you made a mistake, I'll go, where? They go, here. I'll go, let me check that. Yep, I made a mistake. And I will put my hands up and I'll say, yeah, I made a mistake. There's quite a few people who are like that, but there's other people who make mistakes and they just don't care. They don't care because they know that people are so naive and so easily manipulated that, like, no matter what you do, you can't convince them. It's like trying to turn around to an egg and say, you're not an egg, you're an apple. That's how stupid it is. Now, Bruce has got 4 days. Well, it's quarter to 11 GMT. It is now quarter to 7 East Coast, and it's quarter to 9 in the morning in Australia on Sunday. So basically, I was going to see, Rattus, you jump ahead. I was about to come to that point, but no. You freaking prisoner T655. You're backing yourself. Anyway, no. Yeah, so he's got 4 days, 3 days, 3 and a bit days, 4 days. Anyway. And the fact that, like, thanks to Rattus giving it away now, that was my next point. The next point is, no matter what happens, it's common sense. If you listen to what is being said, right, the judge is not going to dismiss him, even if he wants to withdraw. He's not going to have that, because they need to have legal representation. As simple as. So Deuce has basically painted himself into a corner, and there's nothing he can do about it now. He is fucked. Pardon my French, but he is fucked. He made the biggest mistake. Now, at the end of the day, if you're going to get fined, you're going to get fined, right? But by not turning up and and then acting like, you know, all this. But the thing is, there's pictures of him sitting in a bar having a drink. His wife doesn't look in that much pain, unless she's that out of her head on medication. So yeah. And that's why I put this picture up. You see, the thing is, I've decided that I'm going to do some digging. I've decided to take out my old tools, and I'm going to start doing some research. And I'm going to do some deep diving, because I'm sick and tired of certain individuals thinking that they can say what they like and get away with it. And my how can I put this? My patience has run out, you know, because I believe in truth. I believe in factual truth. I believe that, like, this whole situation. I mean, when I saw Jeremy Hale's video the other night with him sitting in a car with George, the release of stress from George alone, it was palatable. You could tell how much stress was taken off her. And the thing is, she didn't even go into the court. So God knows how Jeremy felt afterwards. But those guys, they looked really happy. And that's good. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit there and kiss their ass. I mean, that's one thing I'm not going to do. But the fact that the crap they've been put through by an organized group of people who just wanted to destroy them psychologically and physically, business-wise. matters. Don't take them, right? And here's one thing. Here's another thing that really pisses me off is that there are people who I don't know if they have some sort of mental health issues or if you know um, I really don't know how to say this. I think that there's some sort of mental health concern, and I've always said that like when it comes to Lynette Preston and John Cook, they there should be a professional um, look at them. Yes, yeah, you can. Um, but anyway, look, I'm not going to be on long tonight because I just want to get this off my chest. All right. Right, and the thing is, like, I'm getting DM'd right now while I'm live. Look, guys, I am going to ignore people from now on when you DM me, okay? Because the thing is, um, I'm not going to go into it in detail, but something was said tonight that pissed me off, um, and it's basically changed my attitude for the future to come. It takes a lot to piss me off. It takes a lot to push me over that edge. Um, but I'm not going to go into it. But all I can say is that I'm not in the mood tonight, right? For um, at the end of the day, I just want to say what I want to say, my personal opinion, my personal insight, and then we'll go from there. Um, One thing I will say though is this: anyone out there who thinks that whatever they say is true is bullshit. You're talking out your ass. Okay, when the individual who's part of that court case, like Jeremy Hills and George, when they're sitting in a vehicle and they are filming and they are telling you exactly what's happened, that's factual. That's fact. Okay, I don't think he'll sit in his car and the fact that he actually showed everything that he wrote down and he stated that. Okay, so stop trying to take your own fiction, your own fantasy, and try to make it into your own truth. Because at the end of the day, right, all you're doing is making yourself look stupid. And those people who post anonymously, if you want to get your point across and you want to be taken seriously, or you want to be taken, you want any type of credibility, then here's the thing you should do. All right, stand your ground, be yourself. Be proud of who you are, regardless if people don't agree with you or they do agree with you, and post as you, because you'll get more respect for that. Even if people don't agree with you and they go, "Oh, you're full of shit," right? At the end of the day, okay, at least you can say, "Hey, I am me." Right? A lot of people, right, post as anonymous, and I've said, I think either everyone posts anonymously because then you're taking the wind out of their sails, right? Or just ignore them. And I've been doing that. And to be very honest with you, by ignoring the anonymous posts and just looking at posts of people, I mean, yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a big difference. It does make a big difference. And I'm a type of person. Um, I'm the type of person who will give anyone the benefit of doubt. But the minute you start talking shit, I'll put you on the spot. I'll put you on that stage with the spotlight on you. That's not a problem. Well, people have tried it with me and they failed abysmally, to say the least. And the fact that, there hasn't been a bench warrant made against Bruce Matzkin as yet. But I tell you one thing, it's in the pipeline and it's a big possibility. Because the thing is, I think his sanctions and everything that's happened, right, he's going to get slapped the shit out of him. And here's another thing, right? Wait a minute. Don't forget. Even BBB confirmed what Jeremy said months ago about what the judge said at the redipple. Because Yeah, but Mandy Pandy, here's the thing that you don't understand. They both sides got a slap, right? The reason they had to do the deposition at Pensacola is because of what happened when they did it the first time, right? The judge wanted to make sure that there was no, basically, he was going to be unbiased, and it's like taking two kids and sitting them down on a couch and you telling them off, right? That's exactly what happened, and the judge said to them, both of them, they're not just to Bruce, but to both of them, wind your necks in, behave professionally, do your job professionally, and stop acting like two spoilt brats. Randy, shock it did. But Deuce Boy, all he did was just, he even argued with the judge that day, right? I mean, guys, are you that naive to actually come to terms with the fact that Bruce is an absolute pleb and that he talks shit and that he doesn't give a frick about anything because he thinks the world revolves around him? Are you all that naive? I mean, come on, for crying out loud, you can't be that stupid. You've got a grown-ass man who apparently has been a professional for 26, 27, whatever years as a lawyer, right? And the fact that he sits there and acts like he thinks that he can do and say what he likes. I mean, seriously? And I'm not even from the United States and I can see what he's doing. And the fact that everything has come up to this, I mean, all he had to do was turn up and get his ass slapped. Because he knows he did wrong. And he knows he'd done wrong. But all he had to do was turn up in Pensacola, get sanctioned, and it'd have been it. They could have carried on. They could have had a little break, right? And then, he could have knocked some sense into him, and, he could have carried on. But what did he do? A couple of weeks prior to him going on to someone's platform and basically publicly stating he wasn't going to turn up, right? And then a half an hour or an hour before, God knows, before he was supposed to turn up, he then tries to withdraw himself from the whole thing and lies in his motion. That's a federal document. He has lied to a federal court. I mean, I don't know what it's like in a normal court, but to lie to a federal court, which is similar to, the crown court over here, or the Baileys, the bailiffs, the Baileys, yeah, the Old Bailey. I mean, yeah, he's definitely looking at jail time. Possibly. Hopefully. And here's another thing. People were joking the other day, oh, what about if he does a runner to Armenia? Well, the thing is, if he does a runner to Armenia, he can't practice law over there. He would have to go back to his little basketball team where he was a general manager in a basketball team. And he probably used crap at that as well. So, he hasn't got that much. And I don't think Tamara will be very happy that she has to leave the United States. Yeah, I think that's what Bruce should do. I know, Robert. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be on long tonight, but I just thought I'd but that's I mean, I've bypassed everything. That's local news. I mean, look. Let me point something out for all those idiots on their platforms trying to make out that what comes out of their mouth is truth, right? I mean, the fact that some people have been caught out in really, really seriously blatant lies, right? Yeah. Talk about drilling holes into a boat. I mean, it's like you're in a paper boat and you're richly drilling holes into. You couldn't make this shit up even if you tried. The fact that there hasn't been a bench warrant, but that is a possibility. That is a definite possibility. But people are trying to twist and to let the truth disappear. But all you have to do is just go to Jeremy's stream yesterday, where he streamed inside his car when they were after the court case. You know, I mean, how much proof do you need? I mean, the only thing that can top what Jeremy actually stated. Yeah, of course he would, Lisa. I mean, over here, if a lawyer fails to do his job, the judge will freaking slap him. Yeah, of course he would. But here's the thing: the only thing that can top what Jeremy and George said in that vehicle when they were explaining what happened in court is Randy Shockett himself. But he's not going to do that. He hasn't done it in the past, so why should he do it now? Even Mark Feather, right? Yes, he came on right at the beginning, but after that, you haven't heard a dicky bird from any of them. The only person you hear from is from freaking what do you call it? Who is it called? It's from Jeremy. Yeah. But then again, you got everyone else jumping on the bandwagon, on this little gravy train. Oh, yeah, let's make content. Let's get the views and money in that. But hey, that's their choice. I mean, I sat in Tug and Megan's stream the other night, and it was absolutely hilarious. And the thing is, the fact that Bruce, all he had to do, I mean, he had the money. It can't cost that much to fly from Boston to, or wherever he is, to fly to Pensacola. How much is someone? We figured out it'll take 2-3 hours to get there, but how much is the flight from Boston to Pensacola, a return flight? How much is it? Let's say you fly there the day before, right, and you stay in a hotel, but you then fly back to the same day. So you arrive day before and you leave late evening. How much is that? How much would that be? I mean, it's for someone in the States. Can someone just do a quick check on that? Pretty please. I mean, wait a minute. The rules are more rules and procedures for. Wait, as the DOA guy plus guy said, rules on top of rules and more rules and procedures 450. But I would be willing to bet you $100 Bruce is headed to prison soon. Wait, $450 for the flight? Wait, what? Nah, that can't be real, can it? Hang on a minute. Let me do my own research. Let's see how much it says here. Boston to Pensacola flight cost. Cheap flights to Pensacola. Delta $221. No, £221. Delta. So basically, wait, hang on a minute. The flights don't cost that much. How much is $397? About dollars. So for what, 350? So 350. Just 300. So what? $360 then. $350. If 297, that would make it $350, wouldn't it? And that's return. Yeah, and that's JetBlue from Monday the 2nd to the. Oh right, that's June. Oh, wait a minute. Let me change the. Oh yeah, can't. No, yeah, no. Gail, Bruce doesn't need to eat. Right, so basically, let's say $1,000 return, yeah. All right, wait a minute, 400 to 600 one way. So 800, right, 500 flight. Yeah. Jungle looked on Expedia on the 14th of March. Right, well, either way, either way, right, he could have made that flight. He had the money, right? Yeah, he had the money. Rental car. Yeah. I mean, you know, you don't have to drive around in a posh car. You just hire a cheap car and that's it. You walk into international whatever car rental, hire a car, done. Right, you only need that car for 24 hours. So to be perfectly honest, yeah. And you know what I mean? Like, let's put it this way: if they've got enough money to go to Cafe Nero's and they got enough money to go for a drink and stuff like that, you can't tell me they have no money. And the fact that he's saying that she had a rotary cuff issue and everything else. Spawn, thankfully, he managed to explain to the judge that it was a stall to stop us getting into our place, turned into the court into kind of thumping fist on the. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right. I mean, how come it take? I mean, America is not that bloody big. It takes 5. I mean, Jesus Christ, you fly 5 hours and you'll be somewhere in Greenland. Oh, wait a minute. Let's not mention Greenland. Anyway, so yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, right, Deuce Boy has made a mistake. The judge is not going to release him from this, not until they've actually got legal representation. And to be perfectly honest with you, any lawyer who tries to touch this, right, they're walking into a black hole. So I think what should happen now is there should be a federal investigation. This is where, you know, CPS needs to be investigated, the sheriff's department needs to be investigated, the courthouse needs to be investigated, and someone head of CPS or something, you know. And now it comes to the biological family of Harley Grace now needs to be spoken to, and that needs to start being looked into about removing that child from that situation until this court case is over, or permanently. You know, that child needs to be in a way better situation than she is now. Yeah, as simple as, and I know a lot of people don't like the fact, well, you know, don't like what I say, and that, well, that's their choice. I mean, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. You know, but as a parent myself, you know, a child should be in an environment where, you know, it is happy and clean and safe, especially hygienically. And the fact that like Lynette is crying wolf about, you know, um, about the condition of the child. Yeah, there's been no proof whatsoever, no evidence whatsoever that the child is actually suffering from, you know, what has been said. None. And here's another thing: if that child was in that condition, why is she not having, you know, appointments with the doctors? I haven't heard her mention anything about, oh, yeah, next week we got an appointment here, we got an appointment there. Never, nothing. When the only time you hear something like that is when it comes to grifting. And that should say a lot. Yeah, US is. I mean, how long would it take? How long? Oh, hello, cat. Hello. Meow. I mean, there's five. Well, I mean, unless you have to climb to 35,000 feet and then come back down again, that's a waste of fuel. But yeah, there you go. But there hasn't been a bench warrant made out against Bruce Matzkin as of yet. But I think that's in the pipeline. I think because at the end of the day, they have to go through the process. He's got 5 days to respond, show cause. He's got 5 days to explain himself. And we all know what's going to happen. He's going to come out with excuse after excuse after excuse. And what gets me is that the courts will probably accept his excuses and they won't ask for evidence or proof. That's what pisses me off. Because if I would have been that judge and I gave him that and I got emotional, I go, right, show me the evidence. I want to see receipts. I want to see doctor's appointments. I want proof. You know, even if the doctor writes a letter stating, yes, that, you know, you were attended or this, and using labels, you know, children's anxieties and stuff like that. Nah, I'm sorry. These excuses are getting really lame. Really lame. But there you go. But like I said, tonight's going to be a quick one. I mean, I just wanted to get my opinion out there. I just want to let people know that what I feel about this whole situation in regards of like Deuce Boy not turning up, and the rumors going around that there's a bench warrant out. No, there isn't. And even I know that, and I'm living in a different country because I am reading the documents. You know, I do ask people questions. You know, I do ask people who've got access. I do watch and listen to what the people say, especially, you know, when it comes to Jeremy Hales, because he was there, and DOI guy was there as well. You know, I mean, why would they have no reason to twist the truth? And the fact that even Jeremy Hales said that the bench warrant is possible, that it will happen, or that it's in the pipeline. I mean, why then turn around and spread a lie? That's what I kind of say, you know, and this is the problem. And then you've got the Krampons and Swamp Lizard. One thing you're going to notice, all these people are slowly going to go quiet. The reason that you got the Krampons going on and on and on and on and on is because they're losing credibility. They're losing that one source of income, and that's the grift. And they're going to continue this until it's too late. And when they see Bruce fail and crash and burn, that's when you'll see a change. They'll start changing their tone. Well, they've already started changing it, but they'll change their tone completely. I told you a long time ago, he's going to lose his license. No matter what he does, he's going to lose his license. I told you this. I stated that he was going to lose his law license. What he has done for not turning up to that meeting was career suicide. He basically gave up on his career the day he decided not to come to Pensacola. So there you go. And the fact that he tried the same trick, that he tried the same thing that he did with the other case that he was in. The reason why he's been under investigation, why he's been under this, because he's refusing to accept their findings. And that's why it's been going on. I mean, if you think back a couple of months ago, he was on Michael Phelps' stream twice. He was on his platform twice talking about the case. And he even admitted that he's under investigation and has been for the last 2 years. And people ignore that, or people refuse to listen to that. Are you serious? And then you got people going, oh, how are you talking out your ass? You don't know what you're talking about. Really? Well, then explain to me, how the hell would I know that? How? Are people too lazy to do their own research and just wait for other people to do it? And the thing is, if you don't speak with an Americanese accent, you know, anything you say is bullshit? Or is that just me reading too much into it? Because, like, if people had actually paid attention to what was going on, they would have noticed. They would have went and watched that stream. And I'll tell you one thing, I watched that stream. I sat there very intensely and listened to everything he said. And the fact that he admitted that he was still under investigation, is still on that disciplinary from the Connecticut Board Association. And he didn't give a shit about that. So one thing you should look at is maybe stepping out of that box. And I could say this until I'm blue in the face. You need to step out of that box and listen and learn and watch what's being said. It's not how it's being said, it's what is being said. There's times where you need to listen to how it's being said, and then there's times you need to listen to what's being said. Bruce has lied through his teeth on so many occasions that I'm surprised that he's actually had the publicity and been accepted for what he has. He's made his bed now, and he's the only one who's going to lay in it. But you still got people hanging on to that hanging on for dear life, thinking that Bruce is some messiah, that he is some sort of, oh, look at him, so, oh yeah, right? No. All he wanted was the clout. All he wanted. Big Dirt, kiss my ass. Yeah, jackass. But but here's the thing. Right? I get it. Some people don't understand what's going on here. But when you've got a person who lies, I've got proof Dumbo died. Oh no, Dumbo didn't die. No. Anyway, kiss my ass, Ratters. Don't you start. Anyway, so the fact that he lied, and I caught him in lies, and he, at one point, me and him were going head to head, right, on Facebook and also on the platform. I mean, richly head to head. And every time, on every turn, I caught him in a bullshit, in a lie. Now, at the end of the day, right, no matter what Bruce does now, he's failed. He's failed as a human being. He's failed as a lawyer. He's failed as a father, as a husband. He's failed in every single thing, just because he wanted that 5 minute fame. Do you remember that sentence where that lawyer from the Hurt versus Depp, where that lawyer, I tell you one thing, how she became a lawyer, she probably went to the same law school as Bruce did, but she went to that former TMZ employee, and she went, well, you're getting your 15 minutes of fame, and his response was, well, so are you. This is exactly what it's about. Bruce has always wanted PR, and he stated that. He made that statement multiple times. He wants to publicize. I mean, if you go and do some research on him, you will find a lot of web pages where he's written articles about one specific thing. And this is the problem with people when they don't pay attention. They don't do research, because they'll say, oh, Bruce this, and all they see is what Bruce is doing here in this case. But they don't realize that this is not the first time he's done this. And it's probably not the last time he's done this. I mean, God knows what he's been like with other court cases. Has anyone actually, I mean, obviously over there in the States, you've got more access, but has anyone actually done some research on any of the other cases he's done? How he's conducted himself, the motions he's put in? Is there a pattern in his behavior? Is he unskilled in certain topics of law? Is he only skilled in an employment law, or personal injury law, or questions like that should be asked? But I don't see them being asked. I mean, we can discuss it, but I doubt very much that any of this has been quite asked, or that this has been looked into. I mean, think about it. You'd think that some people would actually do a deep dive on, let's have a look at some of these cases. I mean, I've got a couple of screenshots that I haven't used. where he's done cases some of his past cases. I haven't used them, and I'm not going to use them because I don't know if I can use them or not. Because obviously, like at the end of the day, these cases are about other people who've got nothing to do with this case, and I'm not sure if it would be advisable for me to actually show them. So therefore, that's why I haven't shown them, because I'm unsure. But I know for a fact if you do some digging and you do some background research and into other cases, has he been like this all the time, or has he basically put himself in a situation where he's definitely lost control and he doesn't know what he's doing? Because let's put it this way, he doesn't know what he's doing when he's writing motions up for other lawyers, and then makes a mistake not just once but 3 times with the signature. And the fact that the courts allowed a document to be added or to be put into the docket with a electronic signature, a photocopy of it, with the wrong name underneath it, with the wrong initials. I mean, if I was a court usher, or if I was anything to do with court, I would look at it and go, sorry, I can't accept that. Why not? It's because that name doesn't fit that name. And also this document is being elected. If you're going to sign something electronically, then you state that as fact. Also, when he puts his name on these documents, he was accusing Rattus of doxing him. How can you dox someone when you put your personal information on every single fucking document that you put into court, which is it's got public accessible website? And the fact that you've actually got a website where you're basically advertising your business on the public domain, on the public interwebs, with all your information on it. I mean, hello, that's not doxing. No one doxed anything. In fact, if you're saying that like people have doxed your information, then you are the doxer of all doxers, because like by putting your information on your website, contradictory in terms, isn't it? I mean, obviously you can't. Yeah. I mean, saying that you can't make this shit up or you can't get any stupider, well. And then look at all the history. Look at everything that's happened up to now. And then he comes out with this blatant lie that Lynette Preston and John Cook fired him. You know why he did that? Because they will turn around. Because the thing is, right, one of 3 things is going on here. 2, someone will turn around to them and say, look, you've made 50, 60 grand that no one knows of. You've got quite a bit of money in your pocket now. So if someone asks, this is just allegedly, just speculation. This is just speculation allegedly, right? It could either go one way. 1, they get told to fucking say, yeah, we did that. 2, they'll get asked and they'll turn around and go, oh, wait, what? Squeeze me? What happened here? Or 3, there's nothing happened, and they did fire him. But the fact is that if you're going to fire your counsel, right? Even if I didn't know anything about law, I would actually turn around and go and get some advice and say, wait, hang on a minute. I would talk about it. I would actually ask someone I would say, does anyone know about what happens if you fire but there's been no type of correspondence in any shape or form of either John Cook or Lynette Preston going anywhere, typing out, oh, by the way, guys, what happens if you fire your lawyer, your no pro bono lawyer? Would that cause a problem? Do you seriously think with all this going on and the length of time these people have been together, do you seriously think they are stupid enough to get rid of the one person who can help them? Well, I'm putting help them in brackets. So think about it. Common sense. He put that in there thinking that the judge would go, oh shit, right, okay, yeah, no problem, you are dismissed. That's what he assumed. But the judge was like, yeah, nah, not happening, mate. You did not turn up. You did not turn up to a instructed visit to my chambers or to my courtroom. You did not turn up. You failed to appear, and now I'm going to throw the book at you. And I hope that he does throw the book at him. And like Jeremy says in his stream that it's going to be tens of thousands. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It's going to definitely be quite a bit. So, Deuce Boy, I would suggest you get Tamara to go and do a couple more jobs and sell your C-Class Mercedes. You won't get a lot for it, but go and sell it because you're going to need every penny you can get. And maybe if you contact the Krampons with all the money they've made over the last 5 months, grifting and everything else, I mean, because obviously no one knows where all this money's gone to, we just have to assume, this is allegedly, we just have to assume that it went into a pot and that basically they all got their fingers in this pot. That's this is speculation assumption. So, yeah, let's see what happens. And it'd be very interesting to see what happens. I mean, let's put it this way. At least people are not getting shot at with Orbeez. Or there's not, So, but there you go. I mean, it's just one of those things, really, isn't it? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, God, I told you guys not to mess with me while I'm live. Proof Donald died. Wait, what? Donald died? Oh no, that is wrong. That is wrong. I hate you. I hate you, Tat. I do. I mean, the way I see it, at the end of the day, right, all I'm going to do now is sit back and enjoy the party because it's going to get very interesting very quickly. It's going to get interesting very quickly. Very quickly. Because I'm just going to wait now. We've only got a few days. I don't think so, Dirt. I don't think so. I think he's played his cards. I think he's played his card. And let's put it this way. If you think that he's going to come out with his fucking legal move that will shock the world after sending that last motion in, then we're definitely clutching at straws, mate. That is for sure. Fucking hell. But I can just imagine, right? In fact, that Bruce was there the whole time because Bruce was actually the judge. And then he's just going to rip that mask off and goes, ta-da! But then again, what mask will fit that face? But seriously, guys, it's an absolute cluster. It's FUBA. Absolute FUBA. But like I said, it's not going to be a long one tonight. So let's get to the questions part. Because at the end of the day, I just wanted to get some of this crap off my chest because, I think people need to understand that, the bench warrant will come. It is in the pipeline, but he hasn't been arrested. He's got a few days to explain why he didn't turn up, which is we all know it's going to. Oh well, my legs fell off and the world stood still and I couldn't move, or someone nailed my feet to the pole that I was dancing on, So, but while you're thinking of questions, let's have a little tune. Oh, yeah, he's definitely... Oh, hang on a minute. That Proact Vice. Chris Zagota. Question. Spawn Trooper, is BBB a flight risk? I fucking hope so. I hope he gets on a plane and flies to Mini. At least then Jeremy can deal with all the real issues. Excuse me. Yeah. Now, I don't know if everyone heard some of the songs I wrote the other day, but let's have a little bit of fun. So if you haven't heard it, here you go.
Judge's gavel dropped with a solemn spin. Said you missed your date, now it's time to pay. The cuffs click tight, no running away. He mumbled a story about a pro bono plight. Said his client had vanished into the night, but the courtroom knew it smelled like a tale. Bruce's excuses were starting to pale. Oh Bruce, where'd your truth go? Caught in a tangle of the lies you sow. Your alibi's thin, it won't prevail. Now you're heading downtown, straight to jail. The cell door slammed and echoed deep. Bruce sat down in a heap of defeat. He whispered low, this wasn't my plan, but the walls don't care about the fall of a man. A lawyer's charm can only go so far when the judge is staring at who you are. Bruce, you danced on a razor's edge, but your feet slipped right off the ledge. Oh Bruce, where'd your truth go? Caught in a tangle of the lies you sow. Your alibi's thin, it won't prevail. Now you're heading downtown, straight to jail. Truth go, caught in a tangle of the lies you sow. Your alibi's thin, it won't prevail. Now you're heading downtown, straight to jail. Oh Bruce, where'd your truth go? Caught in a tangle of the lies you sow. Your alibi's thin, it won't prevail. Now you're heading downtown, straight to jail. Straight to jail.
There you go. That was one of the tunes. I made quite a few, but when it, like, funny enough, Kathy, one thing I mean, what we could look forward to is watching 10 or 9 people run around like headless chickens trying to figure out how they're going to dig themselves out of the hole they've put themselves in. Because there you go. But anyway, questions. Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay, Kathy. What new topics can we look forward to? Well, gaming, having a bit of fun in general, just chit chatting, and then in the future, hopefully, we'll have special guests on here. But I say for the near future, I won't be doing any more until certain things have been settled and discussed. There won't be anyone in the near future coming onto the platform. I have my reasons. I'm not going to discuss them, but things will be dealt with behind the scenes. And then once they're dealt with, then we can go from there. But other than that, there you go. And yes, I will pass on the well wishes, the hellos. But other than that, if there's no more further questions, like I said, I'm going to call it a day because a couple of buttons were pressed tonight, and I'm not. To be honest with you, I only came live just to get a couple of things off my chest. So, but yeah, there you go. Yeah. But in the future, who knows what will happen? Who knows what will happen? But like I said, for the foreseeable future, obviously things need to be hashed out and dealt with and discussed, and then we'll go from there. But if there's no further questions from anybody, then obviously, to be honest with you, I mean, to be very honest with you, I wasn't actually going to go live, to be honest. But something triggered inside me, and I just needed to get this shit off my chest. Because I think it's coming to a point now where everyone is just clutching at possibilities. We all know what's going to happen. Right? The way I see it is basically, Bruce is going to get sanctioned. He's going to get his ass kicked ritually. I mean, if he should have turned up, on the 3rd. He should have just took it like a man, dealt with it afterwards, but he didn't. And what he's done, instead of actually solving an issue, he's actually made the issue much, much worse, thinking that he's going to get away with it. But maybe this can turn into the second case where he's going to have a disciplinary way he's not going to answer. But on this occasion, he's going to lose his pro advice. He's going to lose a lot of money. And if he doesn't get a grip of his faculty and doesn't get a grip of himself, he's also going to lose his freedom. And to be perfectly honest with you, and I'm going to say this quite publicly, I hope they do throw him in the nick. I hope they do throw him in a cell for a couple of months, because I think he deserves it for everything he's done. Oh, no one's got under my skin. No one's got under my skin. It's something else. But don't you worry about that. Yeah. I don't know. This whole thing that's happened on the 3rd is like someone's deflated a tire. But when it's hard to say this, it's funny when you know that something's going to happen, and you know it's not going to happen. And people are like, oh, yeah, he's going to turn up. Oh, no, he's not going to turn up. I must give it to some people, right? The fact that they were right. I mean, the fact that he was actually on the platform and said that he wasn't going to turn up, and people thought it was, no, he's going to turn up. No, he's not. He wouldn't go on the platform and say, I'm not going to turn up just for this, just to give her a little bit of like clout shit. No, he meant that. And afterwards, I heard it secondhand. That someone said, "Oh yeah, did you hear what Brute?" And I went, "No, I don't go and watch that. I don't go and watch those freaking animals." Oh, yeah, he said that he wasn't going to turn up. I went, "I know he's not going to turn up." What do you mean? You know? I know he's not going to turn up. He's not going to turn up. He's going to pull a fast one on him, and there you go. I was right. But now he's made a small issue that would have probably cost him $4,000, maybe. Maybe he would have got $8,000. Who knows, right? And he's made a very simple issue that could have been dealt with there and then, and he's turned it into a big shitfest. So good luck trying to get out of that one. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everybody for coming. I would like to thank all the new visitors on the outside, and I want to say one thing to all you guys who are haters and trolls and negative. Right? Here's a bit of advice. Now, and I mean this in the most nicest way possible. I want you to take a step back and just think. Right? At any time in your life were you ever in a situation of the people who've been in this situation? I'm not just talking about Jeremy Hales and George. I'm not just talking about DOI Guy and everyone who's involved. I'm talking about Lynette Preston and John Cook as well. If you haven't been in this situation or haven't experienced being represented by an absolute fucking clown, then try to think twice before you give your opinion. And if you're going to give your opinion, excuse me a second. And if you're going to give your opinion, try to make your opinion unbiased. Try to make your opinion as neutral as you possibly can. Because here's the thing: if you go around and start going, oh, fuck that, this, and all that shit, unless you got proof, unless you got facts and evidence, your opinion should be exactly that, an opinion, not a statement, but an opinion. And that's where a lot of people are making a mistake. They're making you are making your how can I put it? You're making your your opinions into statements. Now we all know that Bruce is fucked up, and we all know that he's going to be paying out of his ass, and it's not going to be a small amount. And there's a possibility that he probably might get. I mean, he's already in contempt anyway. And the fact is, the worst that can happen is that they can throw him in jail. And until he is behind bars, I think people's opinions about, oh, there's a bench warrant made out of him, oh, he's been arrested, all that shit, all right, just stop. Unless there's 100% fact that he's been arrested and put behind bars because of this, right, you shouldn't even be bringing it up or mentioning it. Having a giggle, having a little bit of a satire with the songs and all that, yeah, I get that, right? But, going to jail, in jail, being in jail, it's two different things, right? He's going to get sanctioned big time. He's going to get his ass handed to him. That's for sure, right? But until you see factual proof, black and white, on the docket that he has been held in contempt and that a bench warrant has been issued, until then, keep your mouth shut. Simple, and stop making shit up. Simple, because you've now made yourself look like an absolute pleb if you say shit like that. It's as simple as that, right? And when it comes to, and here's another thing which I can't figure out, but hey, maybe someone can, and let me know. Why do people still go to the Krampons and listen to the shit they come out with? Why do you sit there and listen to these people? Why? Explain that to me. I stopped listening to them a long time ago. I mean, sometimes when people have posted videos of them, and I think I last about 2-3 seconds, then I just have to mute and just move on. I can't listen to that voice. I would rather sit in a room with earphones on and listen to white noise and have someone drill into my kneecaps with a rusty drill in reverse than listen to that voice. Simple as. But anyway, guys, of course you can. I'm just saying that when it comes to factual, there's a difference between talking shit about someone and talking factual shit about someone. And that's what's been happening. People are not even watching the factual truths or what's happened. I mean, the perfect example, Jeremy sat in the vehicle with his partner, with George, and they discussed what happened in court. That is factual. You're just sick in the head, dirt. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I would like to love and leave you. I would like to thank everybody. I'm sorry that it was a short one, but please be reminded that my voice and my likeness and this content in this stream is my intellectual property, and no one has a right to use it unless you ask my permission first. Thank you. Other than that, I just want to say one thing, is that, like, let's concentrate on the positive side. Let's concentrate on, making sure that Jeremy and George have a somewhat nice time and they get supported. And that goes for DOI and Megan and everyone else, because somewhere down the line, you have to step back. Now, that's why I step back from this court case. That's why I will just make certain comments. I will make my own opinion, or give you my insight about certain things, and that's it. I'm waiting for the federal court case, and that's when I'm going to start getting involved again. But to be honest with you, I wonder if Jeremy wants a summary judgment. I wonder if it will come to a summary judgment on the first case, because the lawsuit against those magnificent 10 or 9 and 10, whatever, is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least. But anyway, on that note, guys, I want to bid you a fair adieu. And here are my final thoughts about this whole thing. If you don't know the truth, don't make it up. If you got proof, show it. And don't get too emotionally involved in all this. Don't get too personally involved in this. Because at the end of the day, if you haven't been, if you've never experienced any of this, all you can do is give your opinion. So try not to get personally involved. Try not to get emotionally involved. And just stand on the outside of the box and just look in and just watch and observe. And maybe you'll probably might hear or see a little bit more than you did before. When it comes to Bruce, he's made his bed, let him lay in it. He's probably used every excuse up that he had. And now it's coming back to bite him in the arse. So the only person responsible for his actions is himself. And over the last month and 2 months, I mean, we've seen his systematic self-destructive behavior. Excuse me. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's expected. And when it comes to the Krampons, I'm surprised people are even bother showing them giving them the time of the day. But hey, sometimes people like to mess with nature. But on that note, guys, I bid you a good night. I hope that you all have a fantastic evening. And I'm going to leave you with a tune. Yeah, I'm just going to play a random song. So enjoy.
Swaggered grin, judge's gavel dropped with a solemn spin. Said you missed your date, now it's time to pay. The cuffs click tight, no running away. He mumbled a story about a pro bono plight. Said his client had vanished into the night, but the courtroom knew it smelled like a tale. Excuses were starting to pale. Oh Bruce, where'd your truth go? Caught in a tangle of the lies you sow. Your alibi's thin, it won't prevail. Now you're heading downtown straight to jail. The cell door slammed and A lawyer's charm can only go so far when the judge is staring at who you are. Bruce, you danced on a razor's edge, but your feet slipped right off the ledge. Oh Bruce, where'd your truth go? Caught in a tangle of the lies you sow. Your alibi's thin, it won't prevail. Now you're heading downtown straight to jail.
Good night, everybody.
Spawn trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell, standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. Dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell, standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise.